Remember to give away a free t-shirt and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Vic, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Hey everyone, now this month is also Diabetes Awareness Month. Now diabetes refers to a group of diseases that affect how the body uses glucose or blood sugar. Now glucose is an important source of energy for the cells that make up the muscles and tissues. It's also the brain's main source of fuel. The main cause of diabetes varies by types, but no matter what type of diabetes you have, it could lead to excess sugar in the blood. Too much sugar in the blood could lead to serious health problems. Now there are 4 types of diabetes, and the first is type 2, which is a chronic condition that affects the way the body produces glucose. And there's type 1, a chronic condition in which the pancreas produces little to no insulin. Then there's prediabetes, which is a condition in which blood sugar is high, but not high enough to be type 2. And then there's one that's only common within women, and that's gestational diabetes. It's a form of blood sugar that affects pregnant women that goes away when the woman gives birth. Now, some of the symptoms of type 1 and type 2 diabetes are feeling more thirsty than usual, urinating often, losing weight without trying, presence of ketones in the urine. Now, ketones are a byproduct of the breakdown of muscle and fat that happens when there's not enough available insulin. And then there's feeling tired and weak, feeling irritable or having other mood changes, having blurry vision, having slow healing sores, and getting a lot of infections such as gum, skin, and vaginal infections. Now, I know some folks that are currently living with diabetes, and I know some folks that have lost their lives to diabetes. This episode is in honor of those that are fighting, and in loving memory of those that have passed on. And this is a Diabetes Awareness Comic Hero tee. And if you would like one of your own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the American Diabetes Association. Now, I haven't been able to do an episode. I have quite a few t-shirt orders again. So I'm doing a mystery pop-up segment, and I have 12 books, so I'm going to go ahead and reveal them right now. So here we go. Alright, that's 12, which brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 12,462. week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Adoption Awareness Month. Now I'm going to touch base more on that later on, but for right now, it's time to get away free t-shirts. Hey everyone. Now this month is also Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Now lung cancer is a type of cancer that begins in the lungs. A person's lungs are two spongy organs in the chest that take in oxygen when inhaled and release carbon dioxide when exhaled. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths worldwide. People who smoke have the greatest risk of lung cancer, though lung cancer can also occur in people who have never smoked or secondhand smoke. The risk of lung cancer increases with the length of time and number of cigarettes smoked. If a person quits smoking, even after smoking for many years, they can significantly reduce their chances of developing lung cancer. Now, the most common symptoms of lung cancer are a cough that does not go away or gets worse, coughing up blood or rust-colored spit, chest pain that is often worse with deep breathing, coughing, or laughing, hoarseness, loss of appetite, unexplained weight loss, shortness of breath, feeling tired or weak, infections such as bronchitis and pneumonia that don't go away or keep coming back, and new onset of wheezing. Now, if lung cancer becomes metastatic or spreads to other parts of the body, it may cause bone pain, like pain in the back or the hips. And if it spreads to the brain, it could cause nerve system changes such as headache, weakness, or numbness of an arm or leg, dizziness, balance problems, or seizures. Now, if it spreads to the liver, it could cause yellowing of the skin and the eyes, which is also known as jaundice. And then swelling of the lymph nodes, which is a collection of immune system cells such as those in the neck or above the collarbone. Now, I personally know some folks that are currently living with lung cancer, and I know some folks that have lost their lives to lung cancer. The only way that lung cancer can be cured is by surgery or with chemo treatment. Now, this episode, or rather this mystery pop-up segment, is in honor of those that are currently fighting and those that have beaten it, and it's in loving memory of those that have passed on from it. And this is a Lung Cancer Awareness Comic Hero tee. In the side of the speech bubble, you have the pair of lungs. Then here on the left sleeve, you have the awareness ribbon. And here on the right sleeve, you have the lung. Now, if you would like one of your own, you can find them on my website, imthecomichero.com, for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the American Cancer Society. Now, recently, I went over to Southern Realms Comics and Games to fill some holes, and also I ended up buying being all in on a new series from Image, or rather a series that's been around for some time, and then also bought some books online. So here we go. First up is Carnage Reigns Omega. Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. Jean Grey number 2. Now this is the miniseries that I was talking about that I had second thoughts about reading at first, but I'm all in on it. New Fantastic Four. Now, the way that I do miniseries, or trade paperbacks rather, is that I don't count it as one trade paperback. I count the issues that make up the trade paperback. And there are 5 issues, so that's 5. Alright, and this is the book, by the way, that I'm all in on. And that book is Rogue Sun. So I have Rogue Sun number 6. And finally, Rogue Sun number 7. Alright, that's 10, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 12,472. Alright, last time I asked, which DC superhero shared a book with the Hal Jordan Green Lantern from 1960 until 1979? Well, the correct answer is Green Arrow. And 10 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in a drawing for a free tea. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tea for this week's episode of the show is J.W. Brookshire from Shreveport, Louisiana. So congratulations, J.W. You need yourself a free comic hero tea. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a New Mutants question. Now, the New Mutants are affiliated with the X-Men. They're pretty much the younger version of the X-Men, if you will, or of the next generation. Which U.S. state is Cannonball of the original New Mutants from? Now, here's some hints. The first hint is that Frankfurt is the capital of this state. The second hint, the motto of this state is United we stand, divided we fall. The third hint, this state is the 15th state in the U.S. The fourth hint, this state became a U.S. state in 1792. The fifth hint, Jennifer Lawrence, Muhammad Ali, George Clooney, Ashley Judd, Winona Judd, Chris Stapleton, and Johnny Depp are all from this state. The sixth hint, Murray State, Morehead State, and the University of Louisville are all colleges in this state. And that's kind of a dead giveaway, especially with that last college. All right, and then the seventh and final hint, and this is a real dead giveaway. If you don't get this, then you need to go back to school and learn some U.S. history or fourth grade social studies. This state is nicknamed the Bluegrass State. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. Now, I skipped over the Throwdown Showdown segment and the Any Questions segment because as you're watching this, there are not one, not two, but three mystery pop-up segments, and that's all because I wanted to raise awareness of a lot of so many different causes that I didn't get a chance to raise awareness of due to my busy schedule, and which is also why I'm just now doing the show. And I wanted to do this episode before the month is out. As you're watching this, it's probably already December, but you know what? I don't believe in leaving anyone out, so that's why I'm doing this. So with all that being said, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. Hey everyone! Now this month is also Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month. Now Alzheimer's disease is a brain disorder that gets worse over time. It's characterized by changes in the brain that lead to deposits of certain proteins. Alzheimer's disease causes the brain to shrink and brain cells to eventually die. It's the most common cause of dementia, which is a gradual decline in memory, thinking, behavior, and social skills. These changes affect a person's ability to function. About 6.5 million people in the U.S. ages 65 and older live with Alzheimer's disease. Among them, more than 70% are 75 years old or older. Of the 55 million people worldwide with dementia, 60 to 70% are estimated to have Alzheimer's disease. The early stages of the disease include forgetting recent events or conversations. Over time, it progresses to serious memory problems and loss of the ability to perform everyday tasks. Medicines may improve or slow the progression of symptoms. Programs and services can help support people with the disease and their caregivers. There is currently no treatment that cures Alzheimer's disease. In advanced stages, severe loss of brain function can cause dehydration, malnutrition, or infection. These complications can result in death. Now, this is something that really hits home for me because my grandfather, less than a year before he passed, began to experience stages of Alzheimer's, and it was devastating to my family and me. And if you're watching this and you have someone or a loved one who is battling Alzheimer's disease, my heart goes out to y'all. I know exactly what y'all are going through, and I'm with you, and I love y'all. Now, this is an Alzheimer's Awareness Comic Hero Tea. Now, if you would like one of your own, you can find them on my website, IamTheComicHero.com, for $17, and I will donate half of each purchase to the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. Now, a few days before Thanksgiving, I ended up buying some books, and I didn't really have time to do an episode of the show then, because I was either dealing with work or Thanksgiving. And there's quite a few of them, so here we go. First up is The Astonishing Iceman #4. Batman and Robin #3. Black Panther #6. Daredevil #3. Dark X-Men #4. Detective Comics #1077. Fantastic Four #13. Green Lantern #5. The Immortal Thor #4. Oh, that was a tongue twister for me, sorry. Jean Grey #4. Red Goblin #10. And folks, I'm really excited about this one. The return of Superman 30th Anniversary Special. Sorry, I had to check that one because Rogue Sun #16. Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy #3. Really excited about this one as well. Speed Force #1. And here's one I'm also excited about. The Superior Spider-Man #1. Superman Lost #8. Uncanny Avengers #4. This book is in its final issue. Wildcats #12. And finally, World's Finest Teen Titans #5. All right, that's 20. which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 12,492. All right, before I go on, I just want to make correct an error that I made. I miscounted how many issues of Wolverine that I have, and the count is not 12,492. It's actually 12,487. All right, now that's cleared up. Here we go. First up is the Amazing Spider-Man number 38. Batman's Superman World's Finest number 21. Captain Marvel number 2. Green Lantern War Journal number 3. Immortal X-Men number 17. The Incredible Hulk number 6. The Invincible Iron Man number 12. Jay Garrick the Flash number 2. Justice Society of America number 7. The Sensational She-Hulk number 2. Star Trek number 14. Superman number 8. Titans number 5. Titans Beast World Evolution. Uncanny Spider-Man number 4. Wolverine number 39. And finally, Wonder Woman number 3. All right, that's 17, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 12,504. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for the next episode of the show. Which U.S. state is original New Mutant Cannonball from? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that Frankfurt is the capital of the state. The second hint, the motto of the state is United we stand, divided we fall. The third hint, this state is the 15th U.S. state. The fourth hint, this state became a U.S. state in 1792. The fifth hint, Jennifer Lawrence Muhammad Ali, George Clooney, Ashley Judd, Winona Judd, Chris Stapleton, and Johnny Depp are all from this state. The sixth hint, Murray State, Morehead State, and the University of Louisville are all colleges in this state. And then the sixth and final hint, this is the dead giveaway. This state is nicknamed the Bluegrass State. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tea on the next episode of the show. And congratulations to J.W. Brookshire from Shreveport, Louisiana, who won a free tea on this episode. All right, now I'm raising awareness of adoption on this episode, as in part of Adoption Awareness Month. Now, adoption is a process where a person assumes the parenting of another, usually a child. But to me, adoption is so much more than just a process. It's a journey. I mean, when you go through the steps of bringing a child into either an unfortunate situation, or an unfortunate living situation, or bringing them out of a parentless situation, there is so much beauty and so much honor in doing that. I personally know some folks who were adopted, and I personally know some folks who have adopted their children. And I mean, there's so much beauty. Again, so much beauty and honor in doing that. And I mean, and if you're watching this and you were adopted or you adopted children, I love y'all and thank y'all so much. Y'all done very awesome things. And then for those that were adopted, y'all can't tell me that when y'all were adopted out of love. Because I really don't know anyone who is ever adopted and was not adopted out of love. Now, this is an Adoption Awareness Comic Hero Tee, and inside the speech bubble, you have the hearts. And the blue hearts represent every man, woman, boy, or girl who's ever been adopted. And the white hearts represent those children that are currently in foster care who are awaiting adoption. And here on the left sleeve, you have the universal symbol of adoption, which is a combination of a heart and a triangle. And then here on the right sleeve, you have words associated with adoption that make up a heart. Now, if you would like one of your own, you can find them on our website, imthecomichero.com/shop. All right, now, as I'm doing this, a few days ago, I did a Cyber Monday sale, and but then something told me that I should do so much more than that. So every other weekend moving forward, beginning this weekend, I'm doing a 3-day weekend sale, and everything in the shop section is half off. So this is a great right now. It's a great opportunity to doing so because Christmas is just around the corner. I mean, we're less than a month away. So if you watch the show, or if you know someone who's a fan of the show, go on the website and buy something. You'll definitely get it half off. You'll even get this shirt half off. Now, I know that November has come to a close as you're watching this, but every shirt that I featured for the month of November, including those you saw on the mystery pop-up segments, I'm going to leave them up all the way through the second 3-day weekend sale, which I'll have on December 15th through the 17th. So this will be great stocking stuffers for folks, so go ahead and buy. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episodes 464 through 466, I'm celebrating Christmas. And as I've done in years past, this desk is going to be decked out in Christmas decor. And I'm also going to have the Christmas tree up there and different Christmas themed pop vinyls, including the Christmas Hulk, which is going to be guarding the tree again. And then on episode 467, this is a tradition on the show. I'm going to have the year-in college football playoff edition of the show. I'm going to wear Comic Hero tees representing the 4 schools that are in the college football playoffs. And right now, as you're watching this, a lot of the schools are playing conference championships. And a lot of them, and the 4 schools that are in it right now, some of them may not end up going to college football playoffs if they lose, and if they win, more than likely. So I will let y'all know who those 4 schools are on the next episode. It's on episode 468. It's the first episode of the new year, and I'm going to wear a t-shirt in observance of that. So, yes. And also, I have my own podcast. It's called Comically Speaking with Victor. What I did was I took an old segment from the show and I made it into a podcast. I've done one episode. I'm going to do another episode real soon, so tune into that. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on a Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. I am so glad to be back to doing this again. I know this is the second time where this has happened, but I just want to go ahead and say this. You know, life happens. And when life happens, you can either do one or two things. You can either let it drag you down, or you can get a hold of it. I choose to do the latter. And I hope you do so too when adversity comes your way. Because let me tell you something, no one is immune to adversity. I don't care who you are, what you do for a living, how many degrees you may have, what kind of position you have, or even how much money you have. No one is immune to adversity. So I encourage you, if and when adversity comes, get a hold of it, but don't let it get a hold of you. All right, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 464. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.